Hey everyone, Notorious here. Welcome back to my channel. I have yet another hitch for you today that is a origination slash creation of yours truly. And this one I have decided to call the Grapevine hitch. For no other reason than this one leg exits the top of the coil and then goes around the rope, the host rope, much like a vine does around a host plant. So, now that we've gotten that completely irrelevant but hopefully interesting factual information out of the way, let's take a look at the hitch. We have the coil, and for those who have been following along since the beginning, or you have even noticed a trend from watching a few of my videos, I like to make my hitches with 4 wraps and then some knotting. But usually my hitches don't have quite this much knotting below the coil, so I had to compensate. So my suggestion is, for any hitch that I have suggested 4 wraps in the coil plus the knotting. Obviously you can reduce it to as few wraps as you need for friction management. If you need less friction, then do less wraps. But so for this one I started with 3 wraps versus 4 wraps, and that's because this leg generates a lot of friction as it goes around, and then you have at the end here this knotting which creates another wrap. So if you really look at it, it's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wraps worth of friction, and this is meant to be a sort of, I don't know what to call it, sort of an alternative to the VT. If you like the VT, the valve detained truss, then you may find that you really like this hitch. You may find that you like it more. Honestly, I found the two to be almost indistinguishable when I compared them during my climb. And so this is actually, if you prefer shorter hitches, then this is going to be preferable to the VT, assuming you've tied it neatly and you've dressed it and set it in such a way that there's very little setback, as little setback as possible. And so, I don't know, it's not that much shorter than a VT, so I mean, I'm not trying to like oversell this here, but this is definitely, I mean, honestly, I loved it. It was great. It was a great hitch. It responds quickly and it grabs readily, and I mean, granted, it's definitely more complicated than the VT to tie. So, if you're new to tying hitches, and if you're new to hitches in general, this is not the one you want to begin with by any means. This is a hitch that is for the more advanced operator or user. And so, anyways, I think I've babbled enough. Let's get to the tying, shall we? Okay, excellent. Thanks to the one magic trick I know, I'm able to remove the hitch from the rope so that I can demonstrate how to tie it. In order to tie this hitch, you're going to first begin roughly with a little more on the left than the right side and above the rope, and you're going to wrap around going upwards 3 times. Okay. Now that you have the coil, you're going to take this top leg and cross it behind the bottom leg and make sure that's nice and tight. Then, with the right leg, go around like that. And then once you've gone around, take the other leg, cross it over, and be careful to keep everything nice and, snug here. You don't want it too tight, but you want to make sure you're taking the opportunity to remove slack as you tie the hitch. So now that you've crossed it over, you're going to create a bite sort of around the rope like that, and then take this other leg and bring it behind everything you see here. So I'm not sure how to describe that verbally, but you go behind both sides of the bite and behind the leg itself. Now that you've done that, you can pull and tighten that up, and there you have it. It'll open up to create this really nice looking portion there, and now you've created the grapevine hitch. It's really that simple. Granted, simple for me may not be simple for everyone else. I'm used to tying hitches. It's kind of my thing. So if this is a little more complicated for you, that's okay. If it takes you a few tries to figure it out, nothing wrong with that. Hopefully I was able to show every step with accuracy, and I hope this wasn't too difficult to understand. So yeah, that is the grapevine hitch. Sorry if this episode was a little long-winded. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I have more to say. Sometimes I have less. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and for more hitch how-tos, not tutorials, and climbing videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.